This is going to be a tier 5 on turn 6 with 6 other settlements at the same time. It is a crazy start, and let's jump straight into it. Put your hero into your army and then go ahead and attack Drumpler. I'm going to auto-resolve these ones. This is your preference. If you don't want to auto-resolve, by all means, just fight them normally. Next up, let's take World's Edge Archway, and we'll go ahead and auto-resolve this one as well. I am going to loot and occupy, but next up, we want to go ahead and recruit as many Skulkers as we can. Alongside this one, we're going to want to grab another Lord inside of here. Ideally, get yourself a Goblin Great Shaman. Next up, level up better Night Sneaking on Skarsnik alongside Route Marcher. And for your hero, go into Bloody Blade and Elusive. Granted, these levels don't really necessarily matter, so if you have a preference of what you'd level them, by all means follow yours. Next up, for your big thinking, go to Go Faster, as this will help massively with the strategy, build growth, and repair your building. Next up, take Skarsnik and Underway right to this position, just roughly around this area. Then put this Lord inside the settlement and recruit yourself some more Skulkers, like so. Then, what you want to go ahead and do is upgrade the growth buildings and upgrade this to a tier 2. There's a couple approaches we can take. We either take Howling Rock or we go forward this way. My recommendation would be to take Skarsnik and then go ahead and force march him right into the zone of control of Howling Rock. This is because Dusty is the legendary lord for Dripping Fangs. So if you don't want to replace Skarsnik here, I would highly recommend just a force march over to where we recommended. But this is the best strategy that I've found, as we can replace the Lord, which then resets the ability to change into stances. Then we can go into this stance, attack the settlement, because it is guaranteed for him to be here. If you're on easy battle difficulty like I am, you can auto-resolve this one, but honestly this fight isn't too difficult. So for the sake of the video, I'm just going to quickly auto-resolve it. And as you can see, we'll have the opportunity to confederate this faction due to the fact that he is the main leader of that one, of the Dripping Fangs. So let's confederate them. And then this is the rest of the settlements that we have taken here. And since Dusty has leveled up from this one, we'll give him Route Marcher, Inspiring Presence, and we'll give him the Gobboz. And then we'll go ahead and recruit as many of these goblins as we can, as this will help us in the future. Next up, grab this guy, and we'll do the exact same thing we did previously, is Underway across this side. And due to the fact that the Bloody Spears will be annoying, let's go ahead and recruit another Shaman over here, and start recruiting some more Skulkers. Mainly because of the fact that they're all so dirt cheap that it's absolutely worth doing. The best part of this province as well is it's guaranteed to have the shiny stuff in each settlement, so we're making a ton of money from this province, and it allows us to recruit a lot of units, thus allowing us to snowball on multiple sides of the map. If you're wondering why I like the Shaman so much, they have a Spider mount at rank 16 alongside of Goblin Tide. They are the best lords for goblin-based heroes. Now what we're going to do with Dusty is force march into this exact position here, which will then allow us to underway over towards Zanagrund. Alongside this one, let's go ahead and make sure to get this guy recruiting some units, all the while moving in from this direction, as we want to have as many units as possible. Then let's grab this fella and start force marching towards Zanagrund, like so. And let's also recruit some more Skulkers in our Lord over this side. This is where Go Faster is going to help us with that 10% movement range. I'm going to go ahead and underway right into this position here. Alongside this one, let's go ahead and grab this Lord, and we'll do the same thing as force marching towards the settlement here, like so. And then this guy can also do the same thing, and we'll move him up as such, and then we'll get some raiding on the go just to make a little bit of money so we're not in the minuses. But this is how you want to set up your turn 5. Also, go into Sharper Stabbers to get an additional 3 melee attack for your goblin units here. It'll help in the fight to come. Next up, go into shiny stuff. As fun fact, the Greenskins are the only faction that has the ability to recover the money that they spend on their income building in one turn. Next up, force march this guy right onto the zone of control of the settlements, alongside being next to the Cathay Caravan. And keep in mind, it is pretty much guaranteed that you'll make money from caravans, as every single time I've tried this, there's always been a caravan here. Next up, let's get that guy force march closer. Also, let's attack the caravan, as you can see here, to make a ton of money, alongside of leveling up all my heroes that are here. And as we can see, we'll make a lot of money. So, okay, 28,000 gold from that caravan. We'll take the replenishment. Alongside that, let's go ahead and take the beast on. That is Zanagrund. So what we're going to do here is I'm going to go ahead and take some points, go into Gobboz with you, and then let's go ahead and take Route Marcher. And let's get Route Marcher over here as well. Let's level up my hero just a little bit. It shouldn't matter too much, as we're going to be mainly using some cheese to take the settlement. But as we see, let's go ahead and now siege it. Also, keep in mind, if this army here comes alongside the settlement as well, do not worry, because the same strategy we're going to show off in this video, in this part here, you can deploy and do yourself. Let's go ahead and declare war on them. As you can see here, it's saying a decisive defeat, but this is the kicker right here. Control large army is what we're wanting to do. Toggle that off, and all of a sudden, their entire garrison is no longer relevant and can't actually fight in this battle. It's just the main army that we're going to have to deal with, and we can easily maneuver and manipulate their positioning on the map. And as an FYI, how you can get to this point is as long as you have 21 units of yourself, so basically an army and then another army, and the enemy that you're fighting against has the same, you can toggle this off and only allow 40 units in total, meaning 20 versus 20. So let's say I lose one unit in here, one of my reinforcements will then make up to that 20, and same on the opponent's side. Also, to make your life as easy as possible in this fight for Dusty, you can give him these units here. What I'm going to do is I'm going to merge them, just so we have units that are full HP, and then we're going to go ahead and swap these over to Dusty. And I'm going to yoink away some goblins, as you can see here, just the ones that aren't as strong, like so. And then I'm going to give Dusty the best chance of winning this one. So now let's go ahead and attack and make sure that control large army is off. And let's jump into it. What I'm going to go ahead and do is move all of my units that are not stealthed onto this side of the map, as we can see here, and put them just out of range of the towers here. Next up, what we're going to do is grab all of my stealth units and chuck them over to this side of the map, like so. Now, start the battle. Now, next up, what we're going to do is move these units over here and start distracting the AI as much as possible. What we can also do is maybe grab our hero here, and we'll throw him over to this one, this gatehouse here, just so we can just try and distract these units over this side and move them across, so we can easily sneak up these walls here with all our stealth units. So let's make sure these guys can get up on the walls, nice and easy. And also, let's go ahead and just distract these units over this side, while being very careful and trying to minimize casualties. And make sure to use your hero to destroy the gatehouse to start manipulating the AI to move towards you. Now, after you got all your beautiful gobbos onto the walls and they've stopped climbing, go ahead and click down here. Now make sure they path down this way, as this is where we're going to go towards the victory location at the back here and win from capping. And keep in mind, since they're stealth, they're not going to be spotted by anybody around this area, as long as you keep a good distance away from them. Now your goblins are here, make sure to actually start pathing them towards this barricade here. Now you've got all these goblins up, let's move and attack the barricade all together. This is the reason why I'm stacking them all on top of each other here, because we'll be able to destroy the barricade very quickly, because keep in mind, the AI knows where I am at this point, because I'm attacking and I'm no longer stealth. So the second this barricade gets destroyed, make sure to move your units up towards capping, because they are stealth units. So you should be able to get into this point here, and then move up and then take the location, hopefully before anything starts attacking you, as they'll go back into stealth, and the AI will be like, where did they go? Okay, the Bale Taurus is like, do you know what, folks? My job here is done, and he's going to run back over there, and since these guys are all stealth units, we can easily capture this location without many problems in the slightest. And so now the AI has no idea what to do. They'll start slowly moving over, but in truth, all you need to do now is just block up the entrances of any direction in which they can come in, and you're going to be absolutely A-OK, and this will be easy enough to AFK and get yourself the win here. But keep in mind, since the bull centaurs are very fast, make sure to get ready to smoke bomb them so they don't do much damage to you in the slightest, and then work together on beating them up. And this should be fundamentally the only thing that will get to you. Through my testing, only the bull centaurs are able to get to you quick enough. But as you can see, as long as you've got a couple units here blobbing and blocking them, do not allow them to get towards this victory location, because you'll stop winning and getting victory location tickets. So make sure that you're stopping them as much as you possibly can do, as you can see here. It's going to move on, blob all these guys as much as possible. And these Kadai Fireborns are not going to be able to get here in time, mainly because of the fact that we've done the control large army, so only 20 units are in this battlefield at once. And keep in mind, it is a massive settlement, to the point where they're not even going to be able to get to us in time, I doubt. As you can see there, that is the win. And that's 11.5k experience, 7,000 gold, but what we need to do is loot and occupy, which is the must, which is the chance that it's not going to reduce the tier of the settlement. As you can see, this is Zana Grund at tier 5. This is a different campaign, but keep in mind the strategies that I used are the exact same. The best part of the strategy is that you now have 3 lords that will be very potent, and you can easily have a nice Gobbo tide here. And alongside this one, your main lord that you use here has Goblin Tide, alongside the Gobbos, making your Goblin units very, very, very powerful. And so it is awesome to see that these guys are getting as buffed as they are. Alongside that, we're now in a situation where we have 58,000 gold. And keep in mind, these guys are still strength rank 1, so you'll be able to wire them. Alongside having the 3 lords that you do, it is going to be an easy snowball, especially with the additional units you'll gain. Plus, you'll get the rewards because they're a really high rank, and you'll get some really cool units. And since you're strength rank 2, it's very unlikely you're going to be attacked. Alongside this, you're very close to Grimgor to get an easy confederation as well. You may be thinking to yourself, isn't Thorgrim going to kick our butts? Not necessarily. What we're going to do here is take the high place alongside of Thorgrim, battles in arms together forever, and we're going to get and yoink this settlement. So we're going to loot and occupy it. And as we can see here, we now have a tier 1. So what we can do to fight on our own terms is we can trade the settlement over to Thorgrim and get ourselves a non-aggression. I think we pay about 687. And so now we have a non-aggression with Thorgrim, which will then allow us to fight him on our own terms. So this is situational. You can absolutely go for it if you want to fight him, but this is a way to secure yourself on this side of the map. And then in one more turn, or 2 turns, you'll have Skarsnik to fight for you. Yeah, guys, thank you so very much for watching. I hope you enjoyed this video. I had a lot of fun making it and theory crafting and making this strategy. It's been great doing it. But yeah, thank you so much for watching as always, guys. Have a wonderful day, and make sure to check out my other content on the screen now.